Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Muniba Fatma. I am lecturer in Department of Physics, Government College for Women, Shara Liaquat, Karachi. Today we will continue our discussion on projectile motion and we will cover the range of a projectile, the speed of a projectile and the trajectory of a projectile. As we discussed in the previous lecture, the main features of the projectile motion, that the range of the projectile is the distance that is covered by the projectile from the point of launching to the point of landing. In order to find out a mathematical expression for the range of a projectile, we are using equation x is equal to v0 xt. From the formula s is equal to vt, which we use whenever the speed or the velocity of an object remains constant. So as we are seeking for the horizontal distance, so s is replaced by x, while as this is about the horizontal distance covered by the projectile, so we are taking the horizontal component of velocity, which is constant, and that is why v is replaced by v0 x. The time t here is representing the total time of flight that is required by the projectile to cover its range. So as we are seeking expression for the range of the projectile, so that is why we are replacing x with r, that is equal to v0 xt. Now t is the total time of flight that is required by the projectile to cover its range, so that is equal to 2v0y upon g. Substituting this into the range expression, we get v0x v0y upon 2v0y upon g, and that is equal to, after rearranging, 2v0x v0y upon g. Now, as we know that v0x and v0y are the rectangular components of the velocity of the projectile, so we replace these with their terms, that is v0x is replaced by v0 cos theta, while v0y is replaced by v0 sin theta. In the next step, we are multiplying v0 with v0 to get v0 square, and we are bracketing the term 2 sin theta cos theta. Why we are bracketing the term 2 sin theta cos theta? Because that term is equal to sin 2 theta. Replacing this into the range expression, we get the final expression for the range of a projectile, which is v0 square sin 2 theta upon g. That is the expression that you can use whenever you want to find out that what should be the range of a projectile, that how much a projectile should cover the horizontal distance. All you need to know is about the initial velocity of the projectile, the launching velocity of the projectile, and the launching angle of the projectile, and we know that g is constant. So what could be the maximum range of a projectile that a projectile can attain? In order to find it out, we have to set sin 2 theta equal to 1, because the range of the projectile will be maximum when sin theta 2 theta will be maximum. So setting sin 2 theta equal to 1, we get maximum range equal to v0 square upon g. In order to find out the maximum range angle, we are again setting sin 2 theta equal to 1, which then gives 2 theta is equals to sin inverse of 1, and that is equals to 90 degree. Dividing it by 2, we get 45 degrees. So hence, if the launching angle of the projectile is 45 degrees, the projectile will attain its maximum range. Now, there can exist any two angles for which the range of the projectile will be the same, provided that if the sum of these two angles is equal to 90 degree. For example, consider two angles 30 degree and 60 degree. The range that a projectile can attain at 30 degree is equal to the range of the projectile that it can attain at 60 degree, and sum of both the angles is equal to 90 degree. So the range at 30 degree and 60 degree will be the same. Now you have to draw this projectile motion picture in every derivation of the projectile motion that you are going to attend in the exam. What could be the speed of a projectile? In order to find out the speed of the projectile at any instant, we are using the rectangular components method, which says that if you want to find out the magnitude of any vector, you have to take the square root of sum of the square of its individual components. That means that, as you know, that v, the speed, is the magnitude of the velocity of the projectile. So that v is equal to square root of vx square plus vy square, which are the rectangular components of the velocity of the projectile. Now at the maximum height, the vertical component of the projectile's velocity becomes equal to 0. So substituting this into the formula, we get v is equal to square root of vx square and v is equal to vx. That means that at the maximum height of the projectile, the speed of the projectile is equal to the horizontal component of the velocity of the projectile's magnitude. Now we want to find out the mathematical expression which should describe the trajectory that a projectile follows. The trajectory of a projectile is the path that is followed by a projectile. In order to find the mathematical expression, we are using the second equation of motion, y is equal to v0 yt minus half gt square. The horizontal distance x is equal to v0 xt. So rearranging gives t is equal to x upon v0 x, and substituting this into the expression and rearranging, we get y is equal to v0 y upon v0 x multiplied by x minus half g x square upon v0 x square. Now as we discussed earlier, that v0 y and v0 x are the rectangular components of the initial velocity of the projectile, so we can replace this as v0 y is replaced by v0 sin theta and v0 x is replaced by v0 cos theta. Cancelling out v0 with v0, we get y is equal to sin theta upon cos theta x minus half g x square upon v0 square cos square theta. So sin theta upon cos theta is replaced by tangent theta x minus half. We are separating the term g over v square cos square theta with x square. Now replacing tangent theta with a and g over v0 square cos square theta with b, we get y is equal to x minus half bx square, which is the equation of a parabola. So that means that the trajectory a projectile follows is a parabolic path. Now we want to discuss about the trajectory of a projectile which is thrown horizontally. That means that a projectile has given some initial horizontal velocity only. That means that the initial velocity of the projectile is equal only to the initial horizontal component of its velocity. The vertical component of its initial velocity is equal to 0. And now we derive some main features of the trajectory of the projectile which is thrown horizontally. In order to do that, we are using the second equation of motion with the plus sign with g, because now the projectile is coming in the downward direction only. Replacing v0 y with the 0, we get y is equal to 0 plus half gt square. Rearranging for t square, we get t square is equal to 2y upon g, and taking the square root of both sides, we get t is equal to square root of 2y upon g. The horizontal distance x is equal to v0 xt, while the vertical distance, as discussed previously, y is equal to half gt square. So in this lecture, we covered the range of projectile, the speed of a projectile, and the trajectory of projectile. In the next lecture, we will cover the uniform circular motion. We will discuss about the uniform circular motion. Thank you. our beloved Prophet Hazrat Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, acquire knowledge and impart it to the people. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.